Well, you need to be prepared for what is to come with the Empyrean stuff, because they are going to release it in certain orders. And, well, this may actually not be a long enough corridor to put in what is going to come. Granted, I'm starting to wonder why this is here, taking up space, but this is the best part about transporters. You can just transporter to the area you want to be at. And ours is probably going to go right here, when this thing is finally added. And the reason I am kind of doing this now is because the next big update is next month. This was last month, which will bring Grendel and a bunch of other stuff. This was in the previous dev stream and it's gone. It's not there. So there it is. As you can see, they are going to release the Empyrean in 3 different kind of updates, which means they're not going to just release it and go, okay, here you go. You now have to build this entire dry dock before you can have your ship, or build your ship, or find your ship, or however they're going to go about this. I am secretly hoping that they make it so you can build the dry dock with platinum, because that is going to be pretty much the only way a lot of clans are going to get this thing in there. It's like, if you put in X amount of platinum, then you need X amount less resources than you currently require. Especially if you are a moon clan, and like a lot of places, you are losing members, so you don't have as many active members. I will probably, and hopefully, if everything keeps going the way that it's going, be downgrading my clan before this arrives, meaning that this should hopefully be cheaper. I may upgrade it afterwards, but yeah. It's just the recruiting side of the clan hasn't really been happening for a while, so the numbers are just going down, and I'm doing nothing to stop this, simply because this is going to be expensive. The dry dock area itself is going to cost, as a clan, a fortune, because this room, which, if you think about it, this little thing over here, that's a terminal. That is what you stand in front of to activate things. And it's tiny. That is a double-sized door behind the railjack, whatever they are actually going to call the ships, and it is tiny. This ship is going to be huge. There needs to be nothing to the side of it, nothing beneath it, nothing above it. It needs lots of space. Tons of space would be an understatement. So what they are doing is they are going to release the dry dock, probably and hopefully in the next update, because as it says, and as I mentioned on, I think I did it on Thursday, I should have done it when it came out, one, maybe last hotfix before the team goes heads down for the upcoming mainline, featuring Grendel, the rework and more. It just says more. That doesn't mean that it's guaranteed that the dry dock itself is going to come. It is expected because they are talking about this thing coming out this month, which means if you are taking flight this month, well, the dry dock needs to come out before phase 2 of this update, which will actually be the ship itself. They need to release it, mainly because the amount of preparation and the amount of time and the build time and everything else is going to be ridiculous. So to give people a chance to actually fly the ship on the day the ship is released, the dry dock will come first. And as my clan members know, and anybody who watches this, we are ready. It is all set up, until I came here and clicked on it and went, alright, we'll look at the costs of these because they're going to cost a fortune. Some of the bigger rooms do cost quite a bit. Former and nanospores. Yeah, I could throw all of that in myself without any major issue. The rooms don't actually cost as much as I was expecting. The dry dock will probably cost more than any of this because of the size of it, but one of the best ways I can say of how to make sure you have enough space to fit this is to try and fit things like the obstacle course. They are huge rooms. The normal obstacle course, and then the do-it-yourself obstacle course. And then I realised one major issue. A lot of energy, because I threw a ton of reactors in. I actually have a line of reactors, so we're set for that. A lot of capacity, Um, can fit tons of giant rooms in. There's a giant room. That's a giant room. There's the observatory. That's what I was looking for, which is actually smaller, but does need access to nothing being behind it. So that's also not a fortune. The basic and best advice I can give for getting your dojo ready for this is if you can put the observatory in, it means that there's nothing behind it that is going to get in the way. And by behind it, I literally mean the dry dock is going to need access to space. So there needs to be absolutely nothing behind it. The sides, I guess you can have stuff to the sides of it as long as they are far enough away, but it can't have anything in that direction. It needs to be free in that direction of anything. And then it should fit. This room will fit inside of the dry dock. So if you can fit this room, you should be able to fit the dry dock. Maybe. I'm not guaranteeing this because it's obviously going to be much wider than this. It is just, if you can see space and you can fit it so you can see space, you should be fine. If you have a wall on the other side, it probably won't go in there. It is going to be a giant room. People underestimate how much it's going to cost. It's going to be added hopefully soon, and you just need to be aware of this. Make your clan aware of this so people can save resources to put this thing in, because it's going to be a nightmare if you don't have it finished when phase 2 comes and they actually add the ship. If you have nowhere to dock it, you can't fly it. If you can't fly it, you're going to be really upset when the new content drops sometime this month, and you have to go farming and spend a lot of time doing that stuff before you can actually build the room. You have to, it's like 24 hours build time on some of the rooms in the dojo, so it could take days to get everything ready. My clan has it all sorted. I did none of this. I think it was actually just one person who did everything because they were planning on doing something else up there. Now it's going to be where the dry dock's going to be, saving us lots of time. But I just thought I'd quickly do this because when it does come, you're going to regret it if you haven't got the dojo ready to fit it. So we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.